Hey, happy Video Friday. So I've got some more reader questions for you today. I have an update on what I am writing. I have an update on what I am eating. I have an update on why my hair is dark. So let's just get all of that, to something like that. By the way, I've got some bloopers coming up for you, and maybe that'll make the blooper reel as well in just a few seconds. Let's do it. Okay, reader questions from you, real live readers. Here we go. Oh, wow. So I have a lot of questions about audiobooks. Right now I have the Life series is half out. And the second book, so The Life That Mattered, is out on audio. The Life You Stole has been submitted for several weeks now. Any day, The Life You Stole should come out on audio. Fortuity is being narrated, so Fortuity will come out by the end of the year. Beyond that, I do not have any more audiobooks in the works. Of course, that could change literally in a month, but that's what I have at this moment. The next question that I had from a reader was asking me if this is a career that I've always done or if I've done something else. I was a dental hygienist for 10 years. I owned a retail store for 4 or 5 years. I have done homeschooling. I help with my husband's business. So no, I've only been doing this for maybe 5 or 6 years. I'm not even keeping track, but not that long. But I love it, and I hope to do this until I cannot work in any I'm gonna say capacity in any capacity. More stuff for the blooper reel. I will do this till I can't work in any other capacity. So basically till I'm dead. There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh my Friday. All right, speaking of Fridays, I'm recording this on a Thursday. Of course, I always do this early. If it's actually Friday, what I'm doing is moving my oldest to his apartment, only about 20-25 minutes from here. And I am like brokenhearted and so excited all at the same time. I'm excited for him. I'm brokenhearted for me. I'm gonna miss him, even though I might see him more. He might come visit and actually engage with us here versus just holing up in his room downstairs. So that happens tomorrow. Okay, that's not one of the reader questions though, so we'll get back to reader questions. Second part of that, or second question by the same person, is do I have any tips for starting points for someone who wants to write a book as a hobby or possible passion? If it's just a hobby or passion, just write your books. Don't even worry about it. Think of it as a painter just painting something. I think that writing is definitely an art. I think it's a way that we express ourselves in many different ways. My writing contains my hopes, my dreams, my fears. It's very therapeutic for me to write. If you're wanting to publish your book, I still would give you all the same tips, but then I would say get a really good editing team and listen to your editing team as far as take advice from them as you see fit. Don't be offended by advice that they give you. Like, use these people as part of, yes, a team, as your mentors. Always be open to learn more about the writing process. Like, I'm always trying to improve my craft. And I guess the third thing is, and I've said this before, is write what is you. Be authentic to you. Don't try to write like a Colleen Hoover. Don't try to write like an E.L. James. Don't try to write like a Stephen King. Don't try to write like a Julie Ann. Like, find your voice and let your voice be your art. Otherwise, I mean, there has been some times where I've read books that I don't honestly feel like I can tell one author away different from another author. Like, I read 2 books from 2 different authors and they're so similar that I don't feel that authentic voice of theirs coming through. So really look for that voice. Okay. Somebody asked who has been my most misunderstood character. My most misunderstood character, honestly, I think is Sydney from Undeniably You. So I won't spoil it and say why I think she's most misunderstood, and maybe with it being my 3rd book, I didn't explain her well enough in the book as to why she made some of the decisions she did, which was because she's very young and she was scared and she was being protective of someone. And anyway, so I feel like a lot of people threw her under the bus for some of the decisions that she made. So the other part of the question was, who's my most complex character? Definitely, I would say Scarlet Stone is a very complex character of mine, one of the most complex characters I've written. I think that Jessica Day, who is also Jillian Knight in my Jack and Jill series, is a very complex character as well. Speaking of that, if you've read the Jack and Jill series, or at least if you've read book 1, which if you got my newsletter, you get that, or you sign up for my newsletter, you get End of Day free. There is a live Q&A with me in my Jonesies Facebook group. So it's Jules Jonesies on Facebook tonight, Friday night at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, 7 Central, somewhere in there, whatever your time zone is, 8 Eastern time tonight. So I will be answering your questions and talking just about book 1. We will also do a live Q&A with book 2 and book 3, and I don't have those dates off the top of my head. Okay, moving on to the next question. Yes, we're just moving right through this today. Let's see. I always have people asking me if I read a lot of books by other authors. I don't get to read as much as I used to. I find myself, when I am reading, it's sometimes not even a fiction book. It's a nonfiction book because I'm reading to learn something that feel like I need to know in my life. I maybe average 1 book every month or 2. There's other authors like Pam Godwin just consumes books like nobody's business. So she writes amazing books and she has children and she has a family. She has all this going on, but she also is this voracious reader. She's kind of my superhero, but not me. I'm not able to do that right now. The new puppy, Swayze, doesn't help with that situation. The fact that I do have a child who's doing online schooling, but I still have to help him. I have my husband's business. Just a lot going on. I just don't get a lot of books read. The last series I did read was by Kate Stewart, The Raven Hood Duet, which is totally out of the box. It's very angsty. It's very edgy. It's definitely for somebody who's like wants something new and different. You should pick this book up. These books, 2 books, very well written, and you should check it out. Somebody asked about the next book, Out of Love, that I have coming out. Is that a standalone? It's because it's kind of a book 4 in the Jack and Jill series, but it is a standalone. You do not have to read the Jack and Jill series to read Out of Love. Let's do one more question. Okay, so signed books. I've even had a few messages on this. I just sent out signed paperback books. I think I have a few stragglers that paid a little bit later that I need to get sent out here. But I will have my online store open for signed books at least one more time this year. And I don't know how I'm going to plan that for sure because I want to get copies in time to send it to anybody who wants to have it for my holiday gifts. At the same time, I'm writing a holiday book that I'd like to be able to offer on that. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to offer it to readers after it's published to get it here in time for Christmas for anybody who would want it. So it might just be this leap of faith that you're going to like my holiday book. And when you see the cover that has not been created yet, you'll just decide to jump on board and buy the book. So we'll just see how that goes. So I'll give you updates on when the signed paperback store will be open again. Speaking of stores, I do have a Teespring. Teespring, if you've been on teespring.com, there's all these different stores within there. I'm going to screw this up explaining it. But Jen Beach my assistant, has designed some really cool things from some of the quotes from my books to, everything from like a dog sweatshirt to another sweatshirt to t-shirts to fanny packs to whatever, that you can get stuff from my Teespring store, and we will hopefully add more to that later as well. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for reader questions today. So Out of Love is going to be coming soon. The last week in September. Don't have the date off the top of my head on that. Nothing is on the top of my head today. But I will have a cover for you really soon. The cover's done. It's very sexy. It's coming soon. The blurb is coming soon. My holiday book that is untitled and uncovered will hopefully be in November. I'm really working hard for that. It is another book that has somebody in their 40s, and I totally dig writing these books with someone in their 40s, especially if it's the female character, and I am so relating to these characters. So that is coming up for you. Let's see. So my hair color, I decided to go darker. I was going to just go brunette because I am a really dark blonde now. I used to years ago be a super light blonde, and I just can no longer keep highlighting my hair because my hair can't withstand the damage. So I'm easing into the darker. I was going to go all dark, but I decided to mix it. So now I feel like it really highlights the gray, or the blonde looks gray in my hair. But I'll get used to it. I will probably go all dark next time. And I know you honestly don't give a shit about this. But I'm telling you anyway. So that's what's up with my hair. I was going to tell you about my eating. So just in case in the next few months, like you would see pictures of me, which I don't post a lot of pictures of myself, but if you see some of me and you're like, oh my gosh, she looks like she's in her 20s and she's lost some weight and all of this, I am following the nutritarian diet, not necessarily to lose weight. That will just be a bonus. The nutritarian diet is Live to Eat. That's a book called Live to Eat by Joel Fuhrman. And it is this high nutrient dense diet, and it is whole food based, and I'm following it on the plant-based. I mean, they really push plant-based. You can have some meats in this diet, but they really push the plant-based. So I'm eating lots of fruits and lots of vegetables, and I'm not adding salt to things, and I'm doing nuts and seeds, but only in small amounts, and I'm doing lots of beans, and it's not about the macronutrients, it's about the micronutrients. So I'm really pushing this hard because with all the junk that's out there and going into flu season and the coronavirus, I just want to make sure that I'm as healthy as possible so that should I get something, I can fight it off. And not just this, just in general going forward with that, I can fight off cancer or anything else. I'm trying to be healthy, and maybe in the process, my skin will look younger, and maybe in the process, I'll lose a little weight with this, which would be amazing. But we'll just see. I'm doing this really more for the health aspect. It's the eat to live, not live to eat diet. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I put some pictures up of my meals. I'm going to do a video on my nice cream that I make. So it's like ice cream, but it's made from bananas, and it's all legal. That's what, when I'm eating yummy stuff that I almost feel guilty about eating, but there's no guilt to it. That's why I say it's okay, it's legal. Okay, that's all I've got for you guys today. So thanks for checking out my video, and you can see my past videos. Probably one will be in the corner of this video. I actually don't know. I'm still figuring out YouTube. I'll see you in a couple weeks. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but don't forget to check in with a live Q&A in my Facebook group, 8 Eastern time tonight, if you want to discuss the first book of the Jack and Jill series. That's all I've got. Stick around. I also have the blooper reel for you, so there's your laugh on my behalf. Okay, bye guys. She doesn't want to see you right now. Don't take it personally. So today, funny thing about me and nuts, I have to get my dog, so I'm gonna put this on pause for 1 second. Yeah, oh, interesting thing about me and nuts. The edible kind. Let's turn around so she can say hi. Look up and say hi to the people. You're such a good boy. It's my puppy. She's super well trained, can't you tell? Hello, it's us. It's Video Friday. Me and the Sways. Yeah, it's Video Friday. It's Shark Week. It's Shark Week with my bitey dog. With my bitey dog. Thing with a smile. Crap, I can't use that. Oh, I messed this up. I messed it up again. Okay, let me go back. Okay, that was terrible. That's it.